Hello everyone, Charles Ross here. First game of the season is here, Arsenal versus Wolves. You can see the buzz around the place. Can Arsenal get those 3 points to start the season off the way Mikel Arteta and we all want to happen? Let's find out very, very soon. Well, that was a nice start, wasn't it? Apologies, first of all, for the fact that I'm going to be squinting the whole way through this video. The sun is beaming directly into my eyes, as you can see. And I'm at a very happy Emirates Stadium as everyone starts to filter home now after Arsenal's opening day 2-0 win against Wolves. Nice and easy, wasn't it? A little bit nervy, maybe, in that second half. I think we scored the second goal just at the right time, but on the whole, you can't complain about that victory at all. Arsenal, absolutely the better side, created the better chances throughout the game and probably should have won this a little bit more comfortably than they did. But as I said in this morning's show, just win on your opening day, get those 3 points on the board and see what everyone else can do. United did that last night, Liverpool did that earlier against Ipswich. Now Arsenal have done it as well. We'll have to wait and see what Manchester City do in that game against Chelsea. Kai Havertz scoring one, setting up another. Bukayo Saka scoring one and setting up another. I said earlier on, I brought on Kai Havertz, very, very late addition to my FPL team. Usually when I do that, it's a bit of a disaster class, but today it worked very, very well. I think he was my man of the match. I'm going to do that. I'll go through my play ratings a little bit later on in the show, but I think Kai Havertz was my man of the match. I have to say, I thought he did so well. Just such a clever player, Kai Havertz. When you look at him now, I was just speaking to someone just now who lives in Windsor. I forgot his name now, so apologies for that. I'm sure you're probably going to be watching this afterwards, but we're talking about Havertz. He's just such a clever player, and when you look at what he is now to what he was when he signed, and that player is just scrambling around for confidence, and you look at him now, it's just worlds apart, and he's just a really, really difficult player to play against, Havertz, whether he's playing as that central striker where he started the game or if he's playing in midfield when he ended that game. Just really tough player to get off the ball. He's so strong, he's quick as well. Technically, he's very, very good. And he's scoring goals and creating goals, and you can't really ask for much more than that. I thought it was a good performance on the whole for Arsenal. I thought they were very, very good in the first half. Like I said, in the second half, got a little bit nervy as the game wore on, but scored the second goal at the crucial time. Havertz with the first with that header near post from Saka's cross. That came at the end of a period where you just sensed that something was happening. It was a bit quiet the first 20 minutes, but then Arsenal started to have a little bit of a spell, sort of 5, 6, 7 minutes, where they suddenly started getting shots away, and you felt like there was a goal coming, and eventually it was Bukayo Saka cutting in on that left foot, whipping in a lovely cross. Havertz getting across the goalkeeper, heading it in. 1-0. You thought they would probably go on and get the second before half-time at that point. It didn't happen, but they did get it in the second half. After a spell where maybe, Wolves didn't create much at all. There was one excellent save from David Raya in the first half. I was sitting right next to the Wolves fans. They thought it was in. They were celebrating already, and he just stretched out that big hand of his, clawed out the header. I can't remember the guy's name. It was a Norwegian guy, the Scandinavia big struts, that 6'5" centre forward that they signed, got his head to a ball, and Raya saved it. That came at a period where Saliba had lost the ball a couple of times. I think Zinchenko had lost it, Havertz had lost it, and you just felt Arsenal were getting maybe a bit too comfortable because they were so dominant, and that would have been a shame to go in at 1-1 having been so on top in that first half. But Raya stepped up when he needed to, made the save. Second half again, I thought there was just, you felt there was a little bit of a nervousness around the ground in that second half, especially after about sort of between the 50 and 65th minute type mark. You felt Wolves were getting on the ball a bit, they were winning it higher up the pitch, Arsenal were losing possession. You could feel the sort of groans and the tension was mounting a little bit in the stadium. But then Bukayo Saka popped up with that all-important second goal. Lovely angle of it from where I was sitting. It looked, for all, normally you see Saka cutting down that left foot and you're just expecting him to bend it into the far corner. It looked like the goalkeeper was expecting that, the defender was expecting that, but he used the defender as a shield, cut inside and then whipped it in at the near post. Lovely goal, and it just relaxed everyone. I think that goal, it just gave everyone that sense of pretty much job done. Even though there was still about 20 minutes to go, you felt like it was job done. It was Havertz who played the ball to him, and yeah, there was a couple of half chances after that, but Arsenal cruised through the remainder of the game and they got the job done. And I've literally just walked out of the stadium now. As I said, everyone beginning to make their way back across North London, so I haven't heard what Mikel said. I've not stepped through the press conference yet and seen what he said, but I'm sure he's going to be really, really happy with what he saw from his players, and certainly from the atmosphere here in the Emirates. I think everyone was pretty happy with what they saw from the team. Okay, player ratings. Wise going to rattle through these. I thought it was a very comfortable performance from Arsenal, as I said. So David Raya, but he didn't have that much to do, David Raya. But what he did do, he did very, very well. That save in the first half, like I said, when he stretched out the hand, it looked like it was in. The guy's header, it just looked like it was in, certainly from the angle I was sitting at. And he just stretched out that hand and clawed it away. Had that gone in, it could have been a completely different game. He made a good save in the second half when Jurgen Timber had been robbed of possession in the second half late on, and that would have been a shame to give away the clean sheet. So when he was called into action, David Raya, he did absolutely everything perfectly. So I'm giving him an 8 out of 10. Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel. There was a couple of moments for Saliba, and look, he had a very good game, Saliba. He didn't do too much wrong, but there was just a couple of moments which were very un-Saliba-like, when he just gave away possession, especially in the first half, in about a 5-minute period where you just, when he does it, because it's so rare and you're not expecting it from Saliba, it just stands out a lot. But on the whole, I thought he had a very good performance. Gabriel as well gave away possessions a couple of times sloppily. I think Arsenal was so on top, maybe that you can sort of point to that as a reason for why they did it. They were just a little bit too comfortable. They weren't switched on enough. But on the whole, it was a very good performance, and they kept the Wolves attackers very, very quiet. So I'm giving them a 7. I'm going to give Ben White a 7. Zinchenko, I thought he played pretty well. Zinchenko, I know, again, I've looked on social media, I've seen a couple of people get on his back for giving away possession a couple of times in the first half, but it's just the nature of the game when Zinchenko plays. That's what he's going to do. But on the whole, I thought he did well. So I'm going to give all 4 of the defenders 7. David Raya gets an 8. I thought Thomas Partey played well. Again, I was surprised. I looked on social media at half time and I saw some negativity towards Partey's performance, but I didn't really see that. Admittedly, I wasn't sitting in front of a TV screen. I didn't have all the analytics ahead of me that I usually do when I'm in the press box. But I thought Thomas Partey had a decent game. I thought he moved the ball well. I thought there were some good signs from him. I thought he looked fit. I thought he looked sharp. So Thomas Partey for me gets a 7. Odegaard, I don't know if this is going to be a bit harsh, but I'm going to give Odegaard a 6. He didn't do anything wrong. But again, I think Odegaard, he just had an average performance for him. I thought he got on the ball well. He moved it well, but just didn't really influence the game like I'd have wanted Martin Odegaard to influence the game. So I'm going to give him a 6. Declan Rice is going to get 7. Honestly, I heard some of the Wolves fans singing. They were standing next to me when he came over to take corners in the first half, and they were singing Declan Rice, where were you in Germany, and all stuff like that. Honestly, utter rubbish. And I thought they targeted him. The Wolves players certainly put him under a bit of physicality as well, but I thought he dealt with it pretty well. He went off, looked like the cramp later on. Like you said, you look at Rice, you look at Saka, they came back late because of their England duty and all that. Saka didn't limp off, but he went off. He got taken off about 15 minutes to go. Rice definitely limped off. I think that's maybe fitness catching up with them a little bit. I'm going to give Declan Rice a 7. Bukayo Saka is a weird one. I'm going to give Bukayo Saka an 8 because look, he got a goal and assist. and Arsenal won the game 2-0. So he made the impact that he needed to do for Arsenal to win the game. I didn't actually think he played that well, but I'm going to give him an 8 anyway, because like I said, goal and assist, you can't ask much more than that from your winger. And it was a really good goal at a crucial time that won the game for Arsenal. So I'm going to give Bukayo Saka an 8. Kai Havertz is my man of the match. I'm not sure he did enough to get a 9. I'm going to give him an 8, but his 8 was quite a way ahead of Bukayo Saka's, in my opinion. So he was my man of the match, but I'm going to give him a very, very high 8, Kai Havertz. I just think, like I said, the player that he is now, the problems that he caused, his work ethic, can play up front where he started the game, can drop into midfield as he did when he finished the game. Lovely goal, got in front of his man, scored again. I mean, his goals, his record, his numbers now, since he moved in sort of late December, January, whenever it was, to be that central striker, his numbers stack up against anyone. He's playing so well, and he's such an incredible footballer, I think, I have. So I love watching him play, and I thought he was excellent again today. So he gets my man of the match. Gabriel Martinelli, I'm going to give a 6. Just never, he didn't get too much space, and what he did get, when he did get some space, he didn't really use it in the best way possible. I thought Trossard would start today. I was surprised Martinelli started, but I'll give him a 6. Substitutions that came on, Trossard came on, Urian Timber came on, Gabriel Jesus came on in the second half as well. Couldn't really impact the game too much. One lovely bit of skill from Urian Timber, which brought the crowd to their feet. He didn't give away possession about 20 seconds later when he tried to do the turn again. But on the whole, solid performance from Arsenal, a clean sheet, 2 goals, 3 points. You just can't ask much more than that. And obviously there's not many people here now because lots of people have drifted away, but certainly the mood here from the Emirates was a very happy start to the season, and no surprise. I'll be back tomorrow to do a much more in-depth reaction show, looking at what Mikel Arteta obviously had to say as well. So do reply to this video if you want to get involved in that. I'll pull some of those replies together, get them included in the reaction show. But from the Emirates, it's finished Arsenal 2, Wolves 0.